Hey everybody, look who's with me and I'm with her because we're streaming to both channels. So I can't say welcome to my channel, but she can say welcome to her channel because you're on both channels.
Happy, 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 happy.
Happy, happy, happy. Thanks for joining me.
Yes, and listen, I was so happy you invited me because we haven't hooked up in a while.
I know. I don't know what I get too busy. I was just telling you, I'm too busy. I don't know what the heck I'm doing to myself.
That's me too, girl. I'm always got something going.
It's the Virgos. We're Virgos. We're like
is that what it is? Okay.
I don't know. It's something. It's in the water.
Your hair, you even changed your hair. So did I.
Yeah, I know, right? Well,
I'm a straighter look. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like it. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. I love your hair too.
Oh, thank you.
What are we doing today, my friend?
Oh, we're doing politics. People have been up in here talking about the politics. And I don't know, because Linda, I know you are really good at watching like Twitter, and you're kind of like always on. You're kind of like monitoring things. But did you see that video of Trump when Vivek was on the stage and he was doing this, and Trump was trying to come to the podium, and Vivek had his hands out like in front of Trump's face, number one, and then they turned to like hand over the podium, so to speak. And Vivek was shaking his hand, and then they hugged each other, and then they were talking. It was really weird. You'll see it. If you haven't seen it yet, you'll see it.
I did see it. I think that's when Vivek stepped down and said he wants anyone.
Oh, that's when he did the thing. Okay.
He wants everybody to vote for Trump. And Trump treated him badly. Trump said some crap about him. And according to Vivek, it was very painful.
Oh my God. So they were up there like practically making out, like everybody's saying, like, are they like making out? Like, what do you think? What do you think their relationship is? Do you feel like Vivek?
Oh no, he could care less about Vivek. Vivek loves him, but he could care less
about Vivek. Vivek is just
telling you right now, he'd toss him to the sea in no time at all.
Do you think Vivek ran just to be able to hand it over to Trump, just to make it look like it was a normal thing?
Who?
Or do you think Vivek really thought he could win?
I think he thought he could win, but boy, his numbers were so low.
They were terrible.
Even now
I got to ask you about DeSantis.
Yeah.
What the heck with DeSantis? Why? What the heck? He was second place in. Now, I know like the voting was very low in Iowa.
56,000. Yeah.
Pretty pathetic. I mean, I was thinking Linda G got more viewers on her videos than people turned out to vote in Iowa. That's pathetic, y'all.
That's pathetic, y'all.
Y'all got a whole state. Y'all, this is important. This is a presidential thing, and Linda G's like romping y'all. So I don't know what the heck was that. Do you think it was because of the weather, or do you think people are just done with Trump?
I think the weather, and I think some people just didn't want to have that choice. They didn't like anybody there.
Right. So they just like protest, stayed home, weather.
Now, what do you think about Carolina? Is it South Carolina or North Carolina that's next?
Oh, I don't even know, girl. Hey, somebody going to help us in the chat. Or is it New Hampshire? Why did I hear them talking about somebody's not going to New Hampshire?
Yeah, because DeSantis is going to the Carolinas because he knows he's going to lose in New Hampshire. What I wanted to tell you is I think Nikki Haley might win New Hampshire.
So is that why? So didn't Trump say he wasn't going to be at New Hampshire?
I think so. I think Trump is, because the independents can vote, and the Democrats, anybody can vote. So I wouldn't doubt Nikki Haley wins.
Okay, I'm with you. Okay, I'm with you on that for sure. This is just like insanity. Thank you, Laura Kua. This is insanity. It's like a 3-ring circus. With the three of them, is a 3-ring circus.
I know. Nikki Haley, let me tell you something. They say her numbers are way better than Biden.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. She is anti-women. She does not believe she put restrictions on abortions. She's a liar. She flops like a fish. And she says America never was prejudiced, racial. I mean, hello, my tribe, the Comanches, were wiped out thanks to your racially motivated white folks. Not necessarily her. I mean, she comes from a different country, and who
I
the hell
know.
is she talking trash?
She's talking trash. She's making it up. She's spinning her own version of reality, which is not reality, which is what a lot of the Republicans do, right? That's what they do. They repeat that lie until people start to like believe it or something.
So when you've been on your travels and stuff, have you gotten any flashes lately? Just boom.
Well, my last travel and really had a lot to do with drinking. No. my holiday travel was not work. Y'all didn't see me post no work. I was like, peace out. I am going undercover. But yeah, no, I really haven't. Have you? What are you doing? Are you doing any traveling anytime soon?
I just got back from somewhere, but I'm not really traveling right now. It's tiring. I end up being really tired after I travel. It takes me a couple of days to recuperate.
Flying is different. Flying is totally different. The airports are huge, or else they're under construction and you can't get to your, gate.
Right.
I totally get that. I totally get that too.
I will tell you this, and I'm I'm positive Biden will win again. I just know he will.
Me too.
And Biden has said the only reason he's running because of Trump.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
That poor man. Our democracy. And Biden has that little angel sitting on his shoulder.
Yes, he does.
He's connected energetically. And so, I think he was hoping he'd win this time. He didn't realize that he would. And then next time he's going to win again because the Republicans are blowing it with women's rights, etc.
Oh my God. Y'all, and what's happening in Texas? I just don't even want to know. I mean, those poor people drowned. That woman and her babies drowned in the water. And Texas has its own military force. And they were keeping the feds, the border patrol, from saving them. And our lieutenant governor, who's under federal
criminal investigation.
Our AG said, yeah, step off. And so now Biden is having to go to the Supreme Court. I mean, I'm telling you guys, we're living in some kind of crazy dystopian world that I never imagined in a million years to be living in. What do you feel like is going to happen with that? Do you feel like
I think Texas is going to turn purple, but sooner than later?
Yeah.
I think that AG's going to be arrested and put in jail.
Yes, me too. Me too. He played some kind of thing today where he said, after 3 years, they have been after him for 3 years. 3 years he's been evading going to court with these federal indictments. Nobody else evades federal indictments for 3 years. And then today he said, okay, I'm going to plea out to something. And I think he thinks this is like his ticket to ride, his ticket to stay AG. I don't know what the man is thinking. So do you feel like the feds are going to come in and be able to take over the border? What are your thoughts about the Texas-Mexico border?
Well, I see him having to go.
Yeah.
It did get pretty rough. It was too many people, but they have to come up. They're coming up with an idea to really help put money in this and shore it up. And even the Republicans in the Senate are saying, we got to do this because this gives us a chance to really fix this up. And Johnson says, no, I've been talking to Trump and he said, don't do it.
No, exactly. And his freedom
wants to see it burned down. And how are they going to blame Biden when he gave it to them? He handed it to them on a silver platter.
Exactly. So now Biden can run. Biden is going to run all on this. I think Biden is going to just trounce the Republicans. Just not only is he going to win, I think he's just going to stomp over them. He's going to be like, oh, you're down on the floor? What are you doing down there? You know what I mean? Like, he's just going to walk his way to the White House again.
Because Johnson was nearly at an agreement, and then Marjorie Taylor Greene said, if he does that, I'm voting him out. Well, I would have done it anyway and let her vote me out.
I know, right? And don't you think they're going to do it anyway? Don't you see him?
Democrats put a turnaround. Maybe they're even going to talk to Johnson and say, tell you what, put this up for vote. We're going to all vote for it. And if she dares to try to kick you off, we're going to vote that you stay in.
The Democrats are going to come to his aid. I agree with you. I totally agree with you.
That's what I'm feeling.
Do you think he's long for the speakership? Do you think he's going to stay in there?
No. And you know, why is he putting all his trust in a man that would throw him under the bus in a New York minute?
Why do all of them do it? All of them.
What do you think about E. Jean Carroll? Is she going to get some fat change?
I think she is. I mean, I think it's going to be hard. It's sort of like Ruby. It's like the women from Atlanta suing, Rudy. The mayor, Rudy. I mean, they take their money and hide it. They put it in somebody. They can do all that stuff. But I think that E. Jean Carroll is going to be one of the main players that takes him out. I don't know how she does it, but I just think she's going to be one of the bigger ones. Maybe she'll cause him to have a heart attack. I don't know. Maybe he'll blow out his shorts terminally. I don't know.
Well, did you see the hand with the red marks on it? What do you think?
And I totally got that wrong. I felt like it was photoshopped, but now I looked up the photographer. I found the original photographer is a French photographer, and it's real. It's a real deal. But it's weird that it's on his gripping. It's on his thumb.
Like he hurt himself or something. Yeah.
Gripped maybe a railing or, on Twitter they said, and this is allegedly, he gripped a crack pipe the wrong way. But it does fit. They had a picture. I'm like, it does fit like a crack pipe. But anyway, I'm just saying.
I even thought it was red ink from something that spilled, but that's not it.
It looked like that. It did. It looked like marker.
But how long ago was that picture taken?
Pretty recently. I mean, within the last.
Well, secondary syphilis.
You're the nurse.
Is what they're calling it. But secondary syphilis, it tends to go all over the hand. It's not just.
Does it really?
Yeah.
So it's a thing. Like it would be on his hand.
It can be a thing. Yeah. There's a lot of marks on the face too, which he doesn't have.
Well,
he might have it on his body.
He has so much makeup. How do we know what his face looks like? He got more makeup than most, Broadway actresses.
And there's some millennials living with him. Dear God.
Yeah.
That means she might have it.
Is she really living with him? I mean, think about it.
No, she's not living with him anymore. In the beginning, she was.
She's in a different wing or something. You know what I mean? Like, I think she's.
I'm really question mark. Of course, we're not here. We're not claiming to be professionals, but I'm really question mark as far as syphilis is concerned. It's something, but I'm not. It's definitely pustules. I don't know what the hell.
Yeah, or a burn. It looked like a burn.
Or something he put on himself to, yank the chain.
Oh my God, you're kidding me. Oh my God, I'm never going to be the same. I've never thought of that.
As Susan Lynn says, thanks for the visual.
Thanks for the visual. I've never had that. I've never even gone there. I didn't even think you had a chain to yank. I never even went there. Yeah.
If you look at it, that's where, like you said, a crack pipe or something else.
Yeah. No, and the thing about the nosebleed, the thing is, guys, if you really blow it up, it does look like a blister. It doesn't
look like a blister.
It doesn't look like a nosebleed, and it is in the pressure points. It's on his finger, his thumb, and it's just like he grips something. I'm not going there. I'm not going there, Linda. But oh my God, I am.
And he's not someone that goes in the kitchen and does anything in the kitchen, so it's not like he grabbed a pot or something.
And Big Macs aren't shaped like that.
Yeah,
Big Mac doesn't get that hot,
Yeah.
No, there's no way.
He's got something wrong with him, energetically, spiritually.
Yeah.
His brain has not been functioning correctly. I wouldn't doubt if he's, and
you mentioned it last night, that leg that that's true. It's a weird thing that he does with his right leg. I think he kind of drags it. What is that about?
Jesus, girl.
It don't look good.
There's a lot of stuff. Well, I'm telling you, 2024, and I said it on my predictions, between him and Putin, I just feel like it's a goner.
See, and I agree with you because you said that same thing. Like, for whatever reason, I don't know why. Him and Putin are sort of like linked, like there's a rope between them. And when one goes down, the other one goes with them. Not too long.
Right.
So I feel like whoever goes first, the other one's going to go, within months after that.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're linked.
Russia's not happy with Putin right now. The mothers are marching in the streets.
And that's good. They should be. My God, every man over 16 or 18 is
dying. 300,000 men are dead.
It's terrible. No, it's terrible. They're not going to recover from that. How do they recover from that?
Yeah.
So you see more protest in Russia?
Yeah, and Navalny, there was an article that I was watching on Navalny, and because he's so to Trump, F you, even though they sent him up in that frozen zone and they're doing everything they can, he's not kowtowing to Putin. He's stronger. And that really upsets Putin, but the Russian people love him even more. Yeah. The Russian people, God forbid, I told you, if anything happens to Navalny, the Russian people will be furious.
That's right.
And as far as I'm concerned, if the Russian people take over, they would want him to be their future.
Yes, I agree with you. And I saw him, I don't know if it's really going to happen, but I did see him getting released and becoming the leader of the people at one point.
Yeah, and he was I saw him really skinny, stepping outside the cage.
Yeah.
And looking up at the sun.
Yeah. Like emaciated, like really, really. Yeah. I see that too. So they must know that they need to keep him alive, because if he goes, then he's a martyr and everybody's going to go in the streets.
Crazy. And they just arrested somebody he's like Navalny.
That's right.
And the people went crazy over that.
That's right. Yeah, the people were crazy over that too. That's right. Yeah, I don't think that Putin cannot control these people. I don't think anymore. I just don't. I don't think the will is there. I don't even know if his secret police can even really do what. I don't even think they care anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I just think nobody is supporting Putin at the moment, but it's just a matter of time before he crosses over or wherever he goes.
Right. Now, let me tell you another hit I got. After Jack Smith takes care of Trump for the January 6th, he's going to go full Monte. He's going to take care of MTG. He's going to take care of Jordan. He's going to take care of all the Congress people that were involved with this January 6th. I got that loud and clear.
I agree with you. I agree. Do you feel like there's already target letters that have been sent to some of the Congress people?
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it.
I agree. I think some target letters have already been sent. Not a lot, but just a few.
I haven't had any dreams about Jack Smith yet.
What kind of dreams, Linda?
Usually, no. It's usually dreams. I'll see somebody. I had a dream about Mueller, and I've had dreams about, Trump even. But it's usually dreams of, like for Trump, it was a dream about his downfall. But, usually they come to me and tell me something that's going to happen, but I haven't had that yet.
With Jack Smith, you haven't had that with Jack?
No, not yet. I'll ask for it and see if I get one.
But you think Jack is going to be successful?
Oh, I know he is. He's determined. He messed with the wrong person.
Yeah, I agree.
When those people came and tried to do that thing on his house with what do they call it?
Swatting.
He already moved as it was. He had to move.
They swatted him? I didn't know that.
But he has marshals that watch over him, and the marshals called the police and said this was fake because there's nothing going on here. But can you imagine how pissed he was on Christmas Day with his family all around? God bless him for going through that.
Jack is he's very protected. And so is Chutkin. So are most of the judges. They're very protected.
Yeah. Somebody asked, I wonder how much fee is for no ads. What is it called? Red? YouTube? I pay, I think, $14 a month.
Premium, YouTube Premium? I don't know what it is.
I pay. Do you pay?
No, I don't. But I would. I just never get the ad when I'm in the right place to pay
Oh
it.
my God, I love it. I've been having that for years. It's the best thing I've purchased because I never, no matter who I look at, never had to go through an ad.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, you'll never have to go through ads again. But I can't remember the name of it. I have to look at my PayPal.
Premium.
That's how I pay for it.
Somebody said it's premium.
YouTube Premium. Yeah.
Okay, $14. It's $14 a month.
Huh?
$14 a month.
Yeah, $14 a month for no. Totally worth it. If you were a YouTuber like me. I like watching a lot of YouTube. I just watched a really nice thing on John Kennedy Jr.
Did you really?
Yeah, his mother was so frightened of him being a pilot, Jacqueline. She even begged Maurice, her boyfriend, when she was dying, to please do everything you can to get John not to become a pilot.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
She always had a bad feeling about it. Boy, was she right.
Wow. Wow. Well, mothers know.
This is a good one from Cindy. She wants to know, are jurors
saw it the same thing. Hey, Cindy P. Are jurors safe in the Trump trials?
The one going on right now with E.G. and Carroll, I think, are really very safe.
Yeah, me too.
They bust them in. They make them change their name.
I know, right? They said use a fake name when you're talking to your fellow jurors. I mean, what kind of world are we living in? It's crazy.
Well, he's crazy, and he'll say, he put out people's phone numbers.
No, I know. He gave out Obama's address.
Yeah.
And look what happened to Nancy Pelosi's husband. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Exactly.
So you think he has secondary syphilis?
Oh, look at Quiet Kate said, Mr. Mysophobia, who daily fills out adult diapers, may have secondary rough red or reddish brown spots, both on palms of hands. Yeah, I mean, it could be. It could be. I don't know what's going on there, but it could be. Notice how they're not addressing this, so it could be.
They said it was a paper cut.
That's no paper cut.
Today they came out and said it was a paper cut. So that's admitting, at least they admitted, they didn't say it was photoshopped. They should have just said it was photoshopped. I mean, they lie about everything else. So they admitted it and they said it's a paper cut, which is ridiculous. That's really tells you right there everything. Yeah.
Right.
Because it's not, I mean, we've all had paper cuts. Come on. That's not something that we don't know about.
Yeah, but it's on one spot. It's not all over it.
No, and it's not golf, because all the golfers are coming in and saying it's the wrong hand for him, and you don't get sores right there from golf. So
yeah.
Please check on Fani Willis's case. Whoops, wrong one. What do we feel like on Fani Willis? I mean, I feel like it's strong still. I feel like it's going.
I do too, and I think she might have been having an affair with that guy. I'm not saying that didn't happen, and I think he might have to step down.
He might have to. Okay.
Yeah.
Or she might have to. He might have to.
But it doesn't stop the case.
No, I don't think so either.
And
but
they'll try to run with it, but Fani has too much evidence on Trump.
Yeah. I agree with you. Totally agree. I think something happened there. It probably wasn't the best idea.
Yeah.
But it's
because he's currently divorcing his wife. I feel another hit, like maybe even his wife will say something out loud. I don't know, but
yeah, it's going to be a problem for her, and she doesn't need it. She doesn't need this.
No,
what the heck?
She just got a little crush. I don't even know if they were full-fledged.
I agree.
But,
I think it was
but
just
I think she was attracted to his intelligence, and she just showed more favoritism to him. He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah. Well, he's a contractor. He's contracted. She said, I hired 3 attorneys. They all get paid the same thing. There wasn't any favoritism, but I think you're right. Hopefully he'll just step down or aside or go away.
You know what? I don't want to cause any. Yeah,
he should, because if he does that, then she can kind of get past it quicker.
That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah. I think so.
Because he can't tell anybody what the public can't tell Fani what she can have on the table. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A girl's got to enjoy something every once in a while.
Yeah, that's right. Speaking like two girls.
Two
single girls. Uh-oh.
Single. Are you still single?
I'm still single.
Oh,
don't nobody get no ideas now because I'm happy.
I hadn't heard from you in so long. I figured you ran off with somebody.
Girl, I'm telling you, I have been working. Like, I don't know what is, I got to change that. I got to.
Have you been doing another job besides YouTube?
No, this is just keeping me busy. Well, my readings, same thing that all of us do, readings, membership and classes and just is a lot. It's just a lot. Yeah, we'll have to get together more often, Linda, because this is
definitely
fun.
Everybody's saying, "Oh, I'm so happy you're going to be with Susan Lynn."
Yeah, let's do it.
I say, who?
She probably got gray hair again. I ain't seen her in so long. She probably done changed her appearance again. Maybe that's where she
Are you going to have any events coming up?
I don't have anything planned right now. I'm thinking about 24. I'm trying to not be as busy, I mean, how about you? What you got going on?
I never went back up to Sedona.
That was so much fun. I hope you do it again.
And I really enjoyed it, but by the end of it, I was so tired.
It's a lot. You put on a heck of a conference, a heck of an event.
We had a great time.
Oh my God. It was, like talk about going out on a high note. You know what I mean? That was like crushing it. But I hope you do it again because Sedona is special and the way you do Sedona is special. So maybe
the guy that runs it, Jay, he really, they were very disappointed.
He's missing you.
They were very disappointed. And I'm sure if I said, look, maybe I'll do 25, they'd be ready for
they'd pull out the red carpet.
That food was good too, girl.
The food was good. But how about the matters to me?
Like if you go somewhere, girlfriend, when I talk to my friends, it's like, so I just got back. What'd you eat? What kind of food they got?
Good food. It was so good. And everybody was so fun. It was just, it was the highlight. Honestly, it was the highlight of my year last year. It was really, really, really awesome.
That's great.
Super happy to have done that.
I also went with Kim and Debbie.
To Bryce Canyon or one of those canyons.
It was so cold at night, but it was beautiful. And Kevin was there. And oh, it's wonderful.
And y'all saw some aliens?
Yeah. I couldn't do it again. I'm getting to where it's a little harder for me for long distances. And I messed up when I was supposed to be there. I came in too early and it was.
All right.
So.
Gonna have to make it easier. Have to make it easier on her. We'll lure you out. Don't worry. We'll lure you out. We'll get some good looking man.
Girl. What was I going to tell you? Something. Doggone it. Damn it. Now I can't think of it. I want the end of this year. I'm not trying to push it. But because I'm so glad that our democracy, just like Andre said, will be back on track come 25. Now, Pluto's getting ready to go into something right away.
I'm with you. I'm like, Pluto, I'm the same way. Pluto's getting ready to do something, y'all.
But I'm not worried about the bombings that are taking place in Iran. I'm almost feeling like, and remember, I always said the women were going to come up from underneath the ground. And I feel that when Iran gets weak, the Iranian people might even fight their own country.
Yeah. The women, remember when the Iranian women were standing up like last year, was it? So that was sort of like a precursor. I think you're right. I agree. And I think this is more of a Middle East thing that they're going to have to get together and figure this out.
Right. Because just like with Russia, not everybody's for Putin. People aren't happy what Putin's doing. And not everybody's happy with what these horrible men are doing.
The Houthis, yeah. Yeah, they don't speak for everybody. That's true.
But I will tell you, the other day I got a hit. I think Kevin Loving said he got the same hit. I feel maybe an American death. I feel something like they're going to do something stupid. They're going to hurt, probably military. And then I see boom, 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 like boom, boom. Like we're already panning it out and we're just blowing everything up. But trying not to hurt the civilians.
Right.
What did you get on Netanyahu? I feel like he's a goner.
He's a goner. He is a goner. It's just a matter of the timing. The timing is, but when do you feel like this big eclipse is going to be like a big deal? Like a lot of people are going to like be gone right before or after the eclipse?
That's what I'm feeling.
In
Yeah.
April.
By the way, I'll be in Texas to see that eclipse.
Are you coming down to Texas to see the eclipse?
I'm coming with my son and my son's girlfriend and my nephew.
Nice.
Yeah. But I was at the last eclipse.
Were you really?
I went because I was taking my boys. You know, it's like, okay, you know, I got to pay for everything anyway. So I'll just go get the hotels, make sure they're fed. And I got my lunch and I'm sitting there. Okay, here we go. A big eclipse. And it was so profound. The temperature must have dropped 15 degrees.
What?
And it was like, it was dark, but it was like you were in a different energy. Because
Like
it wasn't dark, like it's dark at night and everything looked, things were like vibrating.
Wow.
It was so profound. And then when the wedding ring showed, you know, when it starts to go away, they call it the wedding band or something. And that beautiful, I mean, I was overwhelmed. It was so beautiful.
Oh,
and so I told my son, that's it. We're going to follow these eclipses. We got to set up for the new one. And listen, we started getting hotels and everything last November.
Oh, I bet it was booked.
And we barely got in. They were selling out like that, like hotcakes.
Wow.
And then I forgot to rent a car. I went back to rent a car. Enterprise, nobody. Nothing from the airport. But I finally went through some other thing and then I got something.
What?
Yeah.
What?
You can't rent a car right now. It's just like trying to go to the Super Bowl in Las Vegas right now.
Yeah.
Las Vegas is sold out.
Wow. Dang.
Yeah.
I guess I better get the ladder out and get on my roof.
Girl, you got a good spot there. Now, well, I don't want you to say where you live, but the maps are out there. It's very easy to see. Almost all of Texas will have a view.
Yeah.
I
don't know. Texans just scare me. You know, when the energy gets a little wonky around here, these people do crazy things. They might try to shoot it.
No.
I know.
And then to top it off,
what they're going to do.
We're just going in and catching it and leaving, but I'm going into Austin, and then we're driving to Waco.
Okay, that's quite a bit ways west. Okay, good. That must be where it's better. Yeah, rent out the roof. That's a great idea. To rent out my roof, right?
There you go. You can have chairs, serve a little sparkling cider or champagne.
That's right. Or beer. We're in Texas. I'm going to charge $25 each and tell them I'm donating it to Biden. See what happens. See what happens.
God.
I'll have to hire a sheriff.
Well, you'd be surprised in Texas how many women are really over this.
Oh, you're right.
What the abortion thing.
You're right.
That one woman had to move out. They arrested that other woman after she kept going to the hospital and they told her to go home. So she finally delivered a dead baby and then they acted like she abused a corpse. I was so glad that the jury said, nope.
We're not even doing it. I think that's going to be a big deal for the vote. I feel like Republican women are going to get in their little booth and they're going to go Biden and they're never going to tell anybody.
Nope.
Because they're scared for their daughters and their granddaughters and themselves.
Right. I mean, these guys, these Christian, all these people, they're all talking about even stopping birth control. What's that about? What is that about? Making women have children and then not doing a thing to help the children, taking away their free lunches.
Yes.
No help for the children.
It's crazy. How are we here? How did we get here? Wasn't that long ago we had Barack Obama filling entire stadiums full of people. I know. You know?
Yeah, and Biden is old, and he knows it too, and he doesn't have to run. He's got enough money, and he's old. But let me tell you something. I'd rather have him than crazy.
Oh, yeah.
So, oh, and did you hear Canada? Who's the prime minister of Canada?
Trudeau.
And the guy from France and a couple of other bigwigs in the countries all said if Trump becomes president again, we've got some major problems with America. Like they won't be able to share intel or anything.
I thought you were going to say they were going to open their borders so that we could go up there and live.
No, but that probably will come next. I just can't even fathom. Maybe it's so horrible I can't even imagine. I didn't think he'd win the first time, but he wasn't even as bad as he is now. Back then you thought, well, he's a goof. He's a
we didn't know. Yeah, we didn't know. I mean, New Yorkers knew, but even I would say we know a lot more now than even the New Yorkers knew. I don't see him winning. He's just not going to win.
I've read some people from New York. I even read a mafia guy from New York who doesn't like to be affiliated with him. They called him a putz. And you know, mafia doesn't play that. Hire a bunch of people and then don't pay them. They don't play that.
No, they don't play that. Actually, they don't. They have their respect. You know,
they have their respect. You pay
weird, but true.
So, and the other thing is that I have somebody I knew that was on The Apprentice, worked on The Apprentice, and another woman who did the costumes for Miss Teen USA. All that stuff is true. She saw Trump running room to room, trying to catch these little girls half naked. Wow. And being gleeful about it.
Wow. He's a sick dude. Sick.
Yeah, he's getting ready to go down. I'm wondering, because everybody says, Linda, is he going to be on the ballot? I really do think, you know, I know Nikki Haley can't win because she's got too many things that will go against. You know, if you're not going to vote for Biden because he's old, well, then if you vote for her, your rights and everything are up for grabs.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen to Johnson?
The speaker?
Yeah.
I think he's out. I think they're going to throw him out. I don't think he can make the Freedom Caucus happy. I think he thinks he's too cute by half. You know, he thinks he can play the Freedom Caucus, play the Democrats, play the Republicans. He really does. He thinks he can do all. He can't. He can't do it.
Well, and he's on the phone with Trump all the time. He's on the phone with Trump all the time.
Yeah.
One of the Republicans on the Senate side said, I don't think the ex-president realizes what a good deal this would be even for him if he gets into office. It will help him out. I don't understand why he would just flatline. Well, yeah, I understand. He just wants to burn it down.
He just wants to burn it down. Well, his little Freedom Caucus buddies want chaos. They because you know, if they work with the Democrats to solve or at least create some kind of border thing, then they don't have anything to run on. So they just keep saying the border's terrible. The border's terrible. The Democrats keep saying, here's money. Biden keeps saying, I'm going to sign the bill. Republicans don't want to do it. So right. I feel like Johnson might be out. And I always mispronounce her name, and everybody is in the chat trying to help me out with Hooked on Phonics. But Stefanik, watch her. Watch that woman. She's either going to try to be speaker or I don't know. She's trying to go up the ladder. Do you get anything on her?
Well, this is weird because my friend said, oh, I think Stefanik is going to be his VP pick.
That's what I thought.
I saw Trump on another show. He said he's already picked his vice president. And he said he didn't say she.
Did he really?
Yes, it was on somebody.
Okay, I got something crazy for you. Okay, watch this.
I think it might be Ben Carson. He wants somebody. He wants somebody that won't will follow exactly what he says.
Yes, I mean a patsy. I mean he needs somebody. So Carson would be good. What about? And this is really crazy. I'm admitting that this is crazy. But what about Walt Nauta? His little aide. I mean, he wants somebody that much of a sycophant. Somebody that is so like just a puppy.
No.
So
No,
Ben
he's
Carson,
gonna
I
pick Ben
think you
Carson.
were right about Ben Carson.
Well, if he hadn't said, I've already picked my VP.
I
And
didn't
then
know
I
he did
thought
that.
somebody said, well, you know, I'm not going to tell you, but he's a good person. So he didn't say she. You know, it's funny how the news likes to run with this and make us all.
I know. It just
he's you know, for who was it before, the blurry camera lady.
yeah.
So Miss Steele said, breaking, I just heard that this summer Biden will give a speech that's on par with the Gettysburg Address about unifying the country, how we need a healthy cooperation with the new reforming GOP. The GOP is going down. This one is going down.
Yeah, I think so too. I think this is the end of the GOP.
Right, I do too. It's about ready to drown. Peggy Reiki Master said, my family did business with Trump over 20 years ago, and the Orange Hitler stole money from them.
Oh my God.
TFG lawyer said, go ahead and sue. We will make sure you go broke. That's what they said to everybody. What goes around comes around. I'm telling you, this guy can't get away with this forever.
No,
he won't make Mike Johnson, although he may act like he would make Mike Johnson. You know, I think he even tells that Eileen, the one in Florida,
Cannon,
Eileen Cannon, he tells her, if you help me with this, what I'm going to do is when I become president, I'll make you a justice.
Yeah, that's right. I believe he's making deals right and left with everybody. Yeah. Vivek. So yeah, you don't believe it's going to be Vivek because the Trumpers don't like Vivek. They don't like him.
Because he's one step away from being a, what do you call it? Alien.
Yeah. I mean, he's the wrong color. These people are racist. I mean, seriously, they're racist. Yeah. That's what's following Nikki too, right? I mean, she thinks that she can play off as being white and that she's never experienced racism, but she's on camera saying that her family experienced racism. It's crazy.
He thinks he's John Gotti.
Yeah. And he ought to pick Ginny Thomas. What do you think is going to happen with Ginny Thomas?
I think that one of the reasons after Biden wins again, that Justice Thomas has to step down. Don't forget what I said. When Jack Smith finishes with January 6th and Trump is guilty, he's going to start taking down everybody else.
I agree.
One of them is Ginny Thomas.
I agree with you.
And then that's when Justice Thomas says, I need to step down because she's going to flip out.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Right.
Yeah.
He'll have to step down because again, you guys, if you're getting investigated and you've got the reporters at your house and the reporters at the Supreme Court, you don't want that. You know, you don't want, you're going to step down so you can have some privacy.
Yeah.
But I totally agree that once he's done with Trump, he turns his attention to Congress, Senate, anybody that's broke a law. Democrat, Republican, do not care. If you broke a law, he's investigating you and you're going to get a target letter.
I love it.
But somebody asked, and I think that I don't see Trump surviving through a lot of these court cases. What do you feel like?
Yeah, you know, his health feels so bad to me. And if we ask Andre, he says the same thing.
I mean, I think we need the justice, but I don't see him surviving. I don't see us going through like 3 court cases with Trump. I really think this E. Jean Carroll thing has taken a lot out of him. It's really wearing him down. And then now we got Jack Smith queuing up. I'm not sure that I feel like he's going to cross either right before Jack Smith's first trial or during or after. I don't see us. I'm not even sure Fani's going to get a chance.
That's what I'm wondering. Like he might kick off before everything is done. But Can I tell you guys something? If you get a chance, go to YouTube. And there's actually, I don't know if it was CBS or somebody did a thing of the funeral today of his mother-in-law. Beautiful coffin with the beautiful flowers in Palm Beach. They didn't go back to her country. It's in Palm Beach. Melania was there, very stoic. Her son stood next to her. He's so tall.
He's so tall.
And Trump was behind her. Okay. So they come down the steps and they're thanking whoever gave the service. And he shakes Barron's hand and hers. And then Trump comes around and shakes his hand. And they're walking to the car and they open the door for Melania. And Melania gets in the car and Trump leans over and says something to her. And then he nods his head and he closes the door and he walks back to another car. He wasn't even allowed to drive with her.
Wow.
I think they were glad he wasn't coming to the funeral. And then he decided to go.
Yeah.
It's that, watch the body language, you guys. If you want me to try to find real quick, I can look at the videos I've looked at today. I have such taste in videos. Let me tell you, I'm watching the Yellowstone blowing up and all what's going to happen when, the end of the earth. Okay. The funeral. So time. Amalija Kavs.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
And Trump is not near her at all.
No. Wow.
And the father's there too.
Right.
Very stoic, but they wouldn't allow Trump in the family car.
He was like a hanger-on, he was in the back.
Yeah. Back of the bus, sucker.
She does not love him. She doesn't care about him.
I'm telling you.
This is a job. I feel like this is a job. But
they say she's just as bad as.
Oh, I think she is
as bad as him in a lot of ways.
I think so too. But
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Somebody said they were standing back because of his diaper.
Yeah.
I think her death was natural. Do you feel like Melania's mom's death was natural?
I do. I think she's been sick for a while.
Yeah, I think that was natural. Yeah, they're not a couple. I agree.
Yeah.
Yep. That's true, Wiki. That could be what happened to his hand. He shook hands with the preacher and his hand got burned.
There you go. The power of Christ will compel you.
That's right. Exactly. That's interesting that Andre.
And people keep asking about Sarah Huckabee. I'll tell you why Trump won't take her, because her numbers are so freaking low. Her numbers are 20-something% right now. What is she? Not Kentucky, Arkansas. Her numbers are so low because that little bit she did was stealing that money and thinking she's all that.
Yeah, with the lectern, with the podium.
But he needs someone that can bring votes in. She's a puppet too. She'll do what he says, but
I just don't know who he's going to pick. I just do not know.
I think it's Ben Carson. I called it. I called Ben Carson.
Ben Carson? Okay. Somebody said Ben Carson is dead. Is Ben Carson dead?
No, it's the other one that died. There's another man that used to work with him that died of COVID. Okay.
Well, if Ben Carson is alive, I'm with you because
Ben Carson's been on the news. He's been making appearances, talking. Okay, so flatline. Well,
I'm totally with that.
Oh, it's so stupid.
I'm totally with that. That makes perfect sense for him. That solves all his problems. And he really does have a thing about women. He doesn't really like women. So he doesn't trust them.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Mickey. Herman Cain died.
Herman Cain. Thank you. Yes, Ben Carson. Oh my God, Ben Carson. God, it just gets crazier and crazier, y'all.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, he's thinking about Ben Carson. He will not take Sarah Huckabee, Vivek, or whatever, no matter what. What
about Byron Donaldson? What about Byron Donaldson?
Who's he?
He's another black guy, I think that's one of those guys. I don't know. Somebody said maybe but I think you're really thinking about Ben Carson. I just thought Ben Carson came out against Trump. He didn't?
No.
Okay. Well, there you go. Sleepy Ben Carson. That's true. Oh, Ben Carson.
Ben Carson's the one. He called him King David.
Yeah, he called him King David. That's right. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're absolutely nailed it. Wow. I did not get that at all.
Yeah.
Wow. That's fascinating. Well, that'll seal his deal. Ben Carson will go down in history for being the biggest big dummy. You know?
And then we have all these other countries saying, if you put him in again, I think our prayers will be answered and Trump will be taken out. That's what I feel.
Yeah. And
Nikki Haley won't be able to do it. I'm telling you, she just won't be able to do it.
No, she's not going to pull it off. But what I saw was like maybe by June, nobody's running. Like for some reason, Trump is out of the picture. Everybody's out of the picture. And the Republican Party's like, now what do we do? Like, we're going to have a write-in? Are we just going to like write in somebody? I mean, I really feel like something happens and everybody drops out because Trump is going to win. And then something happens to Trump.
Wow.
Yeah. Because do you see Trump like making it all the way to November and then being alive and sentient and, you know.
Remember that very vivid dream I had that he was in the glass coffin?
Yes.
That was significant.
Yes, I've mentioned it on my videos many times.
And when he had that waxy face, he even looked like Mussolini, you know, or the other one, the big Russian one.
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Who laid in state and he was waxy. So when I'm looking at, mind you, it's in a shopping mall.
I know, I love that.
Yeah, and lights are down on him, and I look, is that really him? Is that Trump? It's Trump. And I'm looking around and nobody's coming up to acknowledge or anything. I thought, I'll be doggone, he died. Yeah. I woke up very happy. And then I was looking forward to the day it would happen. It never happened. And I realized maybe him being in the glass coffin was that the world will witness him die. So we're going to witness, because what I was getting for a lot of years, I was surprised even when he got COVID. I kept seeing ambulances or lights. And then we interrupt this program to tell you that former President Trump is blah, blah, blah. That's what the energy I'm feeling. Like people will be shocked, you know. Yeah. And what will happen when he goes is a lot of Republicans won't bother voting. That's
exactly what I got. That is exact. They're just it's either Trump or nobody. So they're just gonna stay home, which is fine. That's fine by me. If you're gonna vote for Trump, just stay home. So what's interesting that I'm picking up from what you're saying is that it sounds like it's gonna be sudden. Like it's not.
I feel like
an illness.
Mm-hmm.
Bada bing, bada boom, like you.
Well, it's enough of a physical thing that he couldn't be president. That's for sure. He might have stroked out or something.
I saw that, like a stroke or something where he's incapacitated.
You know, somebody just asked me what kind of clothes were people wearing to know the season. They definitely weren't wearing jackets.
Summer.
Yeah. Spring or summer.
I'm telling you guys, I think it's June. I think it's this, you know, probably Andre has said this, but, you know, I guess Trump was born on an eclipse, and sometimes people that are born on an eclipse go out on an eclipse.
And let me tell you, watch all our old videos with Andre. Did you do one with Andre too?
Not yet. It's a long story.
Okay. Well, let me tell you.
His email got my assistant put it's a long story, but anyway, I'm going to call him.
Yeah. He's I'm telling you, he's the one that I had on a long time. I think Debbie Freebird had him on. And so I thought, this guy's interesting. And so then I asked if he'd be on mine. He said, sure. And he started telling me, you know, Linda, this was when I don't know. No, did I meet him after Biden was in? Anyway, he said, you know how Trump always gets away with everything. He says, and his sign is such that he could have really done something with this because he has that good luck draw. He said, you're going to suddenly see, last year he told me in 23, all of a sudden nothing's going to work out for him. And it just gets worse and worse and worse. And then this year, towards the middle of the year, it's really bad.
Really bad.
See, and it's really bad for his health too.
That's what I'm talking about.
Same with Putin.
That's what I'm talking about. This year, the middle of the year, if he makes it to July, I literally would almost bet that he doesn't make it to July. Okay. Either he's incapacitated because he has some kind of, stroke or something, or he's crossed over. But either way, I just cannot, energetically, I can't see him getting to November. I can't see it.
You're right. And let me tell you something. If Biden is president, as much as it's going to pain us, you guys, well, we just like to see somebody take his body and throw it over the bridge.
No, he's not going to lie.
I think President Biden will allow a funeral. Oh. Yeah.
In state?
He might go, he might not go, but he'll allow the funeral. To bring peace with the Republic.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's true.
They want to adore their master.
That's true.
But what's going to happen down the road, you guys, a lot of stuff is going to come out about Trump and selling our intel.
Yeah.
That down the road, this might be, I don't know if it's in my lifetime, but I see some sort of application happening within our government saying, we are going to define this man as a non-president.
As an illegitimate. I've always remembered you saying that. Do you know how somebody says something and you can't, it won't, it's like branded. Okay. So I'm going to tell you my version of your lying in state vision of him at the mall. So what I saw, this was recently, like last month. So I agree with you. I think Biden will do that because Biden is a good guy and all that. But I'm thinking that his kids, and especially his wife, might decide that they're going to put him at the Mall of the Americas and charge $25 a head to see him. And I told people, I said, I'm going to pay my $25 and I'm going to go to it's like the aquarium where you tap on the glass. I'm going to be tapping on that glass to see if he moves because I want to see if this is fake or not. I'm paying my $25 to see that man. So come on, they could make $1 million, really.
And guess what? Don Jr. is going to try to run in 2028.
Oh God,
but don't worry, right. He's not going to go nowhere.
But you're right. You're right. That man is going to run. You're absolutely right.
He actually thinks he could run, but he's not going anywhere. God, so this last question. Hunter Biden. Any hits on Hunter Biden?
You know what? I got this about a month ago and I didn't understand it, but now maybe I understand it more. I was getting this message that he was being hounded by the press and by the by the MAGAs, like Diana was. You know, when Diana was hounded and that you know what happened? And then right after I got that message about Hunter, he came out and said, you guys are trying to kill my dad by hounding me because you're making my life so horrible and he loves me and this is really hard on him. So my thing is that he feels hounded. He feels just literally hounded. But I don't see anything bad happening. I don't see them arresting him. I don't see him having any legal problems, but I think they want to push him to maybe using again, or it's the Princess Diana. It's just like this hounding energy.
Yeah. But he's going to be okay. And it does break Biden's heart. It does break Biden's heart.
It does. Yeah. And it should, my God.
Yeah.
It's wrong.
But, somebody said, traces of cocaine were found on the gun belt of Hunter Biden. I said, oh, Jesus Christ, call the DEA. What the hell? Who cares?
Who cares?
He said he was an addict.
I know, right? This is not news. This is not news.
And that's the other thing. A lot of people in this world understand about having addicted children.
Yes, that's true too. Yeah, you're right. No, I definitely think that God, and you're right about Don Jr. running. Golly, I hadn't even thought about that.
He's going to run in 2028, or at least it's in the back of his mind if he lives long enough, because he's got issues himself.
Right. And Cindy P says, it's true. Hunter just announced he is going to testify. I think it's in private, though. I think
they managed to come up with some deal. But I'm sure it's make sure to protect what he's saying, because they love to make stuff up. It's unfortunate, but
I still don't see anything legally happening to him. I really don't. I don't see that.
Yeah.
But hopefully he'll stay okay.
I'll be so happy not to see these hands anymore.
I know, right? You know, somebody did it and I saved it. Somebody put a digital accordion
on his hands.
So it's playing. Thank you, Ange. It's like we've been traumatized as a country. We're going to need therapy. We're all going to need PTSD therapy.
Most definitely. Don Jr. is a drug addict too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Oh my God.
Well, my friend, it was wonderful. We got to do this again next month.
Okay, let's do it again next month. I'll be happy to do that and do it again next month. Absolutely.
I'll have you come on my show and we'll serve party favors and
let's do it. Let's see what kind of food we're going to have.
Okay,
hey, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. You guys take really, really good care of yourselves. Stay warm.
Love you all.
All right. Much love, you guys. Take good care. Thanks again, Linda.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, honey.